Good morning. Happy Thursday. Seems like we all survived hump day. We didn't get our brains humped out. For that, I apologize. I've been somewhat lazily keeping my eye on the auditing community. I haven't really been focused on it. Too many things going on in real life. Too much bullshit in the auditing community. I have noticed some things, though. Things that might interest people listening to me. It seems like the tyrants are the citizens. That's kind of the narrative that seems to be predominant in the auditing community. Any interactions with the police, it seems like the police are only concerned with disturbing the peace, trespassing, things like that. Police don't really, occasionally, but not too much do they care about filming in general. But it seems like the public sure does have an issue with auditors. It seems like the public is actually lashing out, acting violent. We're seeing all these videos. Anselmo Morales auditing America. That dude's an asshole. He pisses off everybody. He's been a pretty steady source of this. Granite's thrown up a couple videos lately, though. Patrick has his parody video, but I'm sure that's based somewhat on real life experiences. You got Furry Potato getting fucking shot at. You know somebody doesn't like you when they're shooting at you. Is it tyranny when the public hates you? It's a question, huh? It's a good question. And what kind of results do we expect to get? I've been over that a lot of times. Obviously, there are very few ways to change the rights that you currently are able to enjoy. Either you expand them through the legislative bodies, through the will of the people, or you're limited to carving out the extents of the protections afforded already by statute or constitution. But here's a thought, and I'm sure some of the YouTube lawyers can tell me how retarded I am. Once upon a time, fighting words were protected. And then a case got to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said because of the intent to say these words say these phrases, to communicate these ideas that tend to incite immediate breaches of the peace, because of that, we believe that this speech is of no value and is therefore not protected by the Constitution, by the First Amendment. Now we have auditards who are openly and hostilely pushing cameras, cell phones, what have you, into people's faces and they're tending to incite immediate breaches of the peace. They're getting negative and violent reactions. How long is it going to be? I'm not saying it's going to happen, so I should probably phrase it a little bit better. But what if, through your staunch defense of your First Amendment right to film in public, what if you start turning that right into unprotected speech? Because by openly and hostilely displaying your camera, you tend to incite an immediate breach of the peace. And therefore, you could get recording classed as a fighting word, as an exception from First Amendment protection. I have a sneaking suspicion that auditards are doing their level best to remove any and all protections we have for filming in public. I hope I'm wrong. And again, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I am saying that I see a trend, and I hope it fizzles out. I mean, we've seen nothing really stick in the auditard community. For a recent one, how is the furry protest in front of the fire station going? Oh, it doesn't exist? Oh. Yeah. All that stick-to-itiveness that prevents most auditards from getting and keeping jobs. It also prevents most auditards from keeping pressure on public entities. And it was just unpopular in the first place. I mean, you had Adam rushing out there to defend furry, but what the hell? Adam's a devout Jew, California Guardian, devout Jew. He rushed out to protest a fucking temple, a synagogue. He rushed out to protest a synagogue for furry. So, I mean, it's not really saying much. You got Adam going out there. But 2 or 3 people do not a protest make. Do not show even underwhelming public support. It shows a strong lack of public support. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about that. I do also want to mention that I have seen rumblings of people getting upset with auditards for blocking and banning people, because when it happens to their friends, when it happens to people they like, then it's a problem. When it happens to people they don't like, it's not a problem. It is a hypocritical position. And if you're going to defend free speech for some, you should defend free speech for all. That's the only way you can keep it from being hypocritical. The same excuses that you make for banning people or blocking people are the excuses that the people who ban or block you make. If it's valid for them, if it's valid for you, then what are you going to say? It shouldn't apply to me. The rules shouldn't apply to me. I'm an auditard. Get over it. Get over yourself. Be consistent for once in your fucking life. I know it's hard. And you gotta hear people say mean things. And either you can grow a thick skin, or you can hit that little power button and turn off the internet, turn off the YouTubes. Go back to the real world where you can hide out in your mom's basement from all the mean things people say. Well, it's going to rain some more today, so I'm glad I got my little morning walk in where I wasn't getting soaked. The dogs also appreciate that. Thank you guys all for watching, and have a great day.